Hello everyone, it's April 22nd. Alright, let's do this and I'll call it a day. I'm tired. Open the lock. You have a lock with 4 circular wheels. Each wheel has 10 slots. The wheels can rotate freely and then wrap around. Each move consists of turning 1 wheel, 1 slot. The lock initially at 0, 0, 0, 0. You are given a list of dead ends. Meaning if the lock displays any of these codes, the wheel of the lock will stop turning and you will be unable to open it. Given a target representing the value of the wheel that will unlock the lock, return the minimum total number of turns required to open the lock, or -1 if it's not possible. So the dead ends is if you hit there, then it's just impossible, right? It's impossible. It's just you're dead. Okay, so we always start with all 0. So we could turn it first. I want to find the minimum required. Oh, this sequence will not work. Oh, okay, because after you hit this, it's gonna be locked. All right, let's see. Holy crap. So my idea is to do BFS. You know, you can say first one we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down, right? And each one we can, because once we turn the first one, we don't have to turn the first one again, because the first one we have all these turns, right? The first one we have all these turns. If we secure the first one, what's the second one's gonna be? Once we secure the second one, what's the third one gonna be? What's the last one gonna be? So we do like 4 rounds, right? And each round we just, yeah, it's kind of like brute force, right? And then you say the second one, I'll set it at yeah, we can do 0, which is a 0 step, right? On 1 step, 2 step, all the way to 9 will be 9 step. So we have to go around, because you can always go around. Oh, the minimum step to reach each number. So if it's 9, if you are 0 to reach 9, it's not go 9, it's go backwards. It's 1, right? Yeah. Okay. And then you set the second one, right? But the first one is different. Oh, it will be, because we set it to 1. But then we set the second one to 1. Oh, set the second one to 2. I'll step back. Oh, how do we do that? Huh. Yeah, you can go the other way around, but then they will be taking more steps, right? Holy crap. Hmm. How do we handle these dead ends? I was thinking BFS is not gonna work because each position might be set twice. Hmm. I mean, maybe we can try, try a straightforward solution to see if we can set it. But how do you know that it's gonna fail? Is there a way to check if it's going to fail? Or maybe think about this way. Does the dead end constitute a step to reach the target? Right? So in the first example, 0 to 0, 1 is a step because it's differed. It differs the target with only one position. So it's definitely in a step. And the second one, that could be in a step as well, right? But the second one, we don't need to set to 0, 1, 0, 1. Yeah. There's always a way to avoid this. Yeah, there's always a way to avoid this. 0, 1, 0, 2, that's part. 1, 2, 1, 2 is not. 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2 is not. So we have two of them, 0, 2, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 0, 2. These are blockings. It just means you cannot approach 2 from the angle 1. Okay, so is this correct? If your dead end has more than one digit that differ from your target, then it will never become a dead end. You can always circumvent it. Yeah, I do think so. You can always circumvent it if two of them are different. But if only one of them is different, then you cannot circumvent. And do you have to differ by more than one? No, I think it's just as long as one of them is different, right? One of them is different. That means you're blocking a way of one-way traffic. Because for each one, you can always have two-way traffic, right? You can always have two-way traffic. So we can go through the dead ends. Anything that has more than one diff, just discard. Those will not be a factor. Okay, those will not be a factor. Always avoid those easily. Okay, easily as you go through. Oh, unless no, there's no unless. If they're two different, I can just set one of them to be different, and I can just do whatever I want on the other one. Yeah. So the only thing that will really be the dead ends are the ones that are differs the target by only one digit. Okay. So we find them out. Okay, we'll line them up. And what do we do? I don't know. Yeah, we have one of them is different. That basically blocks one side of the way, right? Yeah, and actually, because 0, 2, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 0, 2 are different. You only need to worry about one of them. The other one you don't have to worry because these two are different. So once you conform to one, the other one will automatically not be an issue, right? So you conform to one of them, right? And then you try to see how much, like what is getting blocked. So if I look at 0, 2, 0, 1 and 0, 2, 0, 2, that means 1 gets blocked right? That means we have to go the other way around, which is 10 minus 2 will take 8 steps, right? So basically 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, 8 steps. So I take 8 steps to get to this 2, right? And then the other ones still have to go. So it's like 10, right? That's 10 steps. And the optimal is 4 steps, right? So we can do that. 0 and 0, 2 is the same thing. It'll take 10 steps. So we can still look at 0 to 0, 1, right? And then 0 to 0, 2. Another way to do it is conform to 2, 0, 1. Because we don't want 0 to 0, 1, right? So we can move so we want to, okay, we want to reach the destination via the shortcut, and the shortcut is through so we want to do this 201 thing. I want to go through this 201 to get to 202. So like this, we want to get a 2 this way. So we know this 2 we can get this way, it's fine. 0 can get, it's just this one, right? So okay, we say with this 2 we want to get this way. But for this 2 to get this way, something else need to move, right? And it's very easy. We can just move. It's actually not that easy. We have to move something that's not part of the other thing that's gonna get. How do we know that's not part of the other thing? Because it might happen, right? If I say I move this, I say I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and boom, then you hit this one. How do you do it systematically? Maybe we can DP it. I can't think of another way. No, we can say I can do maybe I1, I2, I3, I4. Given these, right, from this towards the target, what is, so like in the first one we can say dp 0, 2, 0, 2 is equal to 0, because we take 0, right? And then what we want to find is dp 0, 0, 0, 0, right, what it is. So we can say, okay, so to do that, how about we say what's dp 1, 0, 0, 0, right? We change this to 1. Now we can change it to 2, 3, 4. Now we can go through all this. What are you doing, man? What I'm trying to do is brute force all possible scenarios, because you only have 4. Right? You only have 4, and each one has 10 different combinations. So it's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. That's 10,000. It's not that big. Right? So all we need to know is, given the dp something, tell me what's the minimum number of steps to reach the target. Okay? So we can say 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, all of those. So yeah, so another question is, given if I'm given this, right? If I'm given this, what is the what is the smallest possible steps? Like from here. We can say from here because we want the smallest, right? So we can just this one move up, this one move down, move up, move down, move up, move down, move up, move down. So given this, all we need to compute, because each one I only want to do one step, right? So I'll compute dp 1000 and dp 9000, right? And dp 0100 0900, like that. So we have 8 different things to go through, and for each thing is the same. I go 2, right? That might not be. Okay. This actually might work. It's just basic brute force, right? But now the question is, how do we? So we can convert these into numbers, right? We can convert these into numbers. So basically, given this, we have to, that's fine. We can convert this into numbers. So these will all be numbers, right? And dead end just means if our DP is going to be an array. So at this position, so if we haven't, there'll be -1. Now be the maximum. It's just negative values. If I say start everything with -1, haven't visited yet, and these we set to a giant negative value. Or, because what we want is just like it's impossible, right? So we hit DP that, and then we say if it's not equal to, then we just return its value. And we can return this value. How do we identify that this is impossible? Like when we hit there, which don't keep going, right? We don't keep going and we return. Have to return a very, very big value, right? A very big value, which means from here to go to the end, it's going to be gigantic, right? Gigantic. We can get really big. What is really big? Yeah, exactly. What is really big? No, I don't think really big works. I think what we need to do is just to ignore it. So we set to -2, right? -2, I say is ignore, right? -2 is ignore, and everybody else is -1. -1 means you haven't handled it. So at each part you do this 8, +1, -1 at each position. Yeah, and then I will turn 0, right? And then I can try giant value. I think that's fine. There's a certain risk, right, if you do a giant value. I'll check. Okay, let's try this. I can already feel things are not going well. So I'm very sleepy. Yeah, you see that? It's the effect. The sleepiness is creeped in. Okay, so we need a memo. 10,000. Right. And then memo equal to, oh no, array stuff fill. Memo. Oh, -1. -1 is unvisited. Not visited. Okay. Then we can go through the dead ends. Say for string d of dead ends. So we need to write a function called convert. Yeah, it's okay. We can just do it here. Int dnum 0 for char c of d dot to char, right? Oh, that's fine. So dnum plus equal to 10 times, right, dnum plus c. What is c minus 0, right? I think I can do that. Alright, so initially it will be the first one, and then we'll multiply by 10, add the next one, multiply by 10. Yeah, so that's, we'll get a dnum, and then we say memo dnum go to -2. Okay, -2, dead end. Okay, so this is the prep for the memo. Now we can have a private int, call it dp. I1, I2, I3, I4. Right, so given this, towards the target, and we probably need a target, int target num. Okay. Alright, we do need this function. It's okay. So private int convert string to, no, we're going to say string to int. So put this one here. We don't need this. Return dnum. S, right. Okay, guys, to string to int d plus 2 minus 2. Right. Okay. Then we're here. target. Okay, so we have target, we have memo, everything's fine. Now we're gonna say int dnum. Oh. All right. We say if memo dnum is not equal to -1, or just return memo. Okay. Otherwise, then this is something we can do. So we set memo dnum. We set to 0. Right. And then we say if dnum is equal to target num, turn 0. Okay. Otherwise, we start doing. Outside memo dnum master minimum. Actually, no. Is there a systemic way to do this? All right. So make one move on each wheel. Okay. So it's an int v 1 value 1 forward. Okay. So dp plus 1 mod. Should be -10. Do we need to do that? No, I think plus is fine. Minus is something we have to worry about. Yeah, so just mod 10. I2, I3, I4. Right. If v1f is not equal to, is larger equal to 0. Right. Then memo denum shall equal to max.maximum minimum memo denum. Ooh, I shouldn't do this. We're looking for the minimum, so it has to be big. 10 what's this supposed to be? 10 to the 9th. Okay, that's big enough. Right. Yeah, then we have to reset this memo denum 0 turn 0. Right. So it's larger or equal to 0. Then the minimum of this, or v1f plus 1. Okay, and then what we need to do is, you know what? I think it'll be easier to do it the other way. Let's call this one digits. Okay. Int d of digits denum plus equal to 10 times denum plus d. So I don't need this. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. One move at a time. Okay, we can say for I 0 I smaller than 4 I plus plus. Right. And for each position there are 2 possibilities. Alright, then we can put them all together like that. So first possibility is, so we need to pass on digits, right? So I say digits I equal to digits I plus 1 mod 10. Okay, so up, right? dp digits, and then we say if up is larger equal to 0, right? And after we're done, digits I should reduce original. Easy to save this original. Actually, we don't even need to. Do we need to reset after everything? Yeah, we don't have to. We just can do this. Original plus 1, right? And then we say original minus 1 plus 10 mod 10 int down. Right, this, if we go down, if down larger equal to 0, right? And then this one is gonna be down +1. So we handle these two, and the ones we've done, digits I go back to its original. And at the end, I return memo denum. Well, we can do it this way. All right, so we go through this. So basically here we can just say return dp new int 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, let's try. Oh. Out of bounds, 10648. That is bonkers. Bo, 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 bo. Bo, 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 bo. How is this one even possible? You mind if I just take a look? Yeah. String. Oh, that's it? 8. Huh? I think we hit a 10. How is it possible? Well, I mean, his previous probably is a 9. I have no idea. I'll have to, you want to debug this? Okay, first digit is the first one. Second digit times 10. Third digit, fourth digit. Yeah? I don't see any issue in this. Well, there's one thing I didn't do, is visited. Because you keep going on, you go back to the same value, right? So, same value is visited, so you shouldn't call it again. Yeah, because you set it to a different value. So you're saying before you move on to the next one, you check, right? A check. Okay, we can check. Can say if memo. Oh, that's yeah, that's fine, right? Yeah, just end here. I just don't keep continue with that. I don't know. Have to check. Is this standard output? That's the only standard output. Okay. Debugger. So the first denom is 0. Yeah. Okay, we set this to this. Origin 0, become 1. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? What's denom? 8. 8. Huh? 88? What? It shouldn't go down. Oh. Alright, that's just... we're too tired. That's why. Okay, so... Alright, so I call this a DP solution. At each DP step, move the wheel, move each wheel forward or backward by 1. I think technically we can call it O10 to the 4th. Alright, let's see if this one's right. Oh. Damn. I don't know. putting a max. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's a wraparound thing. Didn't we consider that already? I don't know. What's the solution? Okay, so it's the same idea. But we use BFS instead of DFS. We use BFS instead of DFS. No. Array to this, and then we go digits again, and we reset a digit, then go for the next one. So right, so with this we are able to get the value of every single one, and at the end we'll return res. Okay, so let's find the next And now we have an element is this, right? Then what we're gonna say is if element 0 equal to target num, then we'll return element 1. Done. Otherwise, we will go through, say, for int next of find next element 0. Oh, also we also have to set scene. Right, element 0. We just seen this. Actually, no. I'll do differently. Then we say scene 0 equal to 1. Right. Okay, so now we have this. The next, right? If scene next is equal to 0. Haven't seen it yet. Right? Scene next equal to 1. And then we will say q.add last new int next value and your element 1 plus 1. So we add a new step, right? And we go through all this. And at the end, we'll return -1. Okay. Let's try this one. All right, let's try this. It's not DP. Damn it. Count this as fail. Okay, done. Alright, need to go to bed. My god, I'm so tired. The brain is mushy as it can be. Alright, adios.